Well, in other news, a social media commentator lays a blistering smackdown on Minnesota and says we need to refocus on why we're here.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Also, America hater and Somali fraudster Ilhan Omar,
stupid and retarded,
during a speech was sprayed with something.
What?
Could it be perfume?
Well,
it would make sense, but we just don't know. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and the stupidity and ignorance going on in Minnesota right now is reaching new shitty levels.
Kyle, your facts are starting to piss me off.
But it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday. Well, I don't do too many of these, but this one piqued my interest. Go do a reactionary video. This is Megan Eleanor. She is a social media influencer, a social media commentator, a conservative. She's made it very clear in the past, if anybody who's watched her or who follows her, I am one of those, that she doesn't give two shits. She doesn't give a fuck about what's going on. Except this situation in Minnesota has reached peak levels. And she lays down a blistering smackdown on the whole situation going on in Minnesota and why we need to refocus, hence the words, refocus on why we're here in the first place. And I'm just going to let her talk, and here we go.
Minnesota, dude. Fuck Minnesota. Fuck the liberals. Fuck every person who's going to these goddamn fucking protests and these goddamn fucking riots. Fuck you guys all.
That's how you really feel.
Gave a shit about Minnesota until all this shit started happening.
Facts.
Now, shout out to Nick Shirley for actually uncovering the fraud that's been occurring, and why you Minnesotans don't actually give a shit over the fact that you guys had billions of dollars stolen from you. Fucking wild to me.
Facts.
But, of course, your Democratic leaders don't like the fact that they're not going to make their money anymore because Nick Shirley brought that to light, so
More
they
facts.
caused all these issues and riled y'all up because you're so fucking brainwashed and so fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm really pushing this new algorithm hard. Let's see how quickly I get this video taken down. But you know what I really have to say? Fuck liberals for the last 10 years. Because exactly what's happening right now in Minnesota has been happening not because of ICE, but as a whole, with all these fucking protests, have been happening across the country over the last 10 years because of Democrats. It was the Me Too movement. It was the BLM movement. It was Ukraine. It was Palestine. Now it's ICE. And all this shit has happened because Donald Trump is in office. Not because he's the cause of it, but because liberals are so fucking crazy and they're easily manipulated by the Democratic Party. And because Donald Trump has been calling out the fraud and waste in our government for the last 10 years, of course, every person who's been involved is like, we need to take this guy down. If he wasn't wanting to call out all the fraud and abuse and waste from our government, none of this shit would have happened.
Facts.
You know that, I know that, we all know that. So of course, they're shifting the narrative to all of these fucking issues that never get resolved. They know that they are going to be able to distract you guys away from the fraud and abuse from taxpayers. Because all the fucking people who should be complaining about their money getting stolen in Minnesota aren't fucking complaining about it. Right? You guys are at those little protests being like, oh, fuck ICE, fuck ICE. But you're not focused on the billions of dollars that are being taken out of your pockets currently. Well, as somebody who's not in Minnesota and as somebody who is pro-Trump, fuck you guys. I want the narrative to be shifted back on to the fraud and the abuse from our taxpayer dollars.
Yes,
I don't give a fuck about Me Too. I don't give a fuck about BLM. I don't give a fuck about Palestine. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about Russia. I don't give a fuck about Israel. I don't give a fuck about any of that. What I give a fuck about is America and Americans on American soil paying American taxpayer dollars to everybody else besides fucking Americans. I don't want my shit to be stolen by the fucking government. I want my money to work for me or to go back into my fucking pocket because I'm the one who worked for it. So to liberals, fuck you. So to Minnesotans, fuck you. And to the government, fuck you. I want Trump to get a hold of this shit. Fuck Minnesota, dude.
Preach, preach, preach. And may I say again, preach. We go from that to this. This comes out of Breitbart. Report, Ilhan Omar sprayed with unknown substance during a town hall meeting. And of course, that is the person who was spraying something on her. You can see there's something in his hand. I said in my intro, it might have been perfume. Wouldn't make a lot of sense, but right now, we really just don't know. Representative Ilhan Omar was sprayed with an unknown substance while speaking at a town hall event in a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Oh, of course she was, according to multiple reports. In the video posted on X by C-SPAN, Omar was heard talking about how ICE was unable to be reformed or rehabilitated and called for the Homeland Security Chief, Secretary Kristi Noem, to resign or face impeachment. Yeah, you know.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good.
Woo, woo, woo.
And DHS Secretary
Says the clapping
Kristi
seals.
Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
Could it be Chanel number 5? Well.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
We will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away
you
with
need
it.
to go get checked. No, I don't know what. No. That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked.
You sure it smells so bad? I don't know. I'm still going to stick with Chanel number 5.
That's what they want. Please don't let them know.
It's not about him, Ilhan. It's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah, and it smells terrible.
Fart spray?
We're going to keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. Please don't let them have the show.
My thoughts. Let's make this very clear. The first part with Megan Eleanor. Excellently, wonderfully, well said. Well put. We're talking over $20 billion, almost $20 billion of Minnesota's taxpayer money sent to Somali fraudsters. Nick Shirley exposes it, breaks the door wide open, basically throws a grenade in the place and blows the place up. And guess what? What happened of all this? Well, we had Tampon Tim step down because he was going to run for governor for a third time, but now he's got no shot in hell, not even as dog catcher. So, but anyway, Waltz is a clown. And of course, Donald Trump said he was going to get to the bottom of it, and I believe that he will, especially when it comes to how many billions were flushed down the proverbial toilets because of Somali fraudsters. And he wasn't the only one. Nick Shirley may have been the biggest one to blow those doors open, to expose all this bullshit. There have been others who have done as well. Cam Higbee. I even saw former Atlanta Brave John Rocker, rock the business when he decided to do some investigating his own in Ohio. But we've seen other states as well. So I think he was a little angry, but I totally understand it. And I'm totally with it. And I dig it. I like the cut of her jib that she basically says we need to refocus on why we're here because everything else has become a distraction, which is true. Check out the Cam Higbee chat that he exposed on X, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about because this whole thing is much, much bigger than Somali fraudsters. It's much bigger than the nonsense going on in the streets. It's coordinated efforts to take the government down. And no, it's not a conspiracy theory. Like I said, check out Cam Higbee's thread on X. When it comes to Ilhan Omar, she is a Somali fraudster. She married her brother. She's a clown. She's an illegal who should be thrown out of the fucking country. But yet she's allowed to run for office and hold a seat. And I believe wholeheartedly that no foreign-born person who comes to this country should be ever to be allowed to run for public office, American public office. Sorry, it is what it is. But the whole situation with her getting sprayed with something, well, like I said, it could have been perfume. It would make a lot of sense. And then you have those, those during the video were going, this smells awful. You need to get her out of here. But she's like, no, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm fighting for Minnesotans. I'm going to do my Donald Trump moment and steal from Donald Trump. Fight, fight, fight. Remember that? When Donald Trump almost got assassinated? And while bleeding, he told the people to fight, and we did, and he won. So Ilhan Omar is going to steal a little bit of Donald Trump's thunder in regards to this. Absolute fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. Now, the guy they caught, if this is something that is truly harmful, that was sprayed on her, he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if he was just trying to make a statement of spraying something stupid on her, well, he made an ass out of himself. And of course, Ilhan Omar doesn't have to do anything to make an ass out of herself. She does that every day. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.